A USB flash drive with built-in hardware encryption. Let's check this out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out this. This is the Kingston IronKey Locker Plus 50 G2 Encrypted USB. And as you can see, it looks like just a regular flash drive. This is 256 gigabytes, and it actually is a remarkable little piece of hardware because it has built-in XTS-AES 256-bit encryption. What that means in practical use is you plug it into your Mac or PC, you enter your password or passcode or numeric PIN or whatever you want to use, and then you use it like it's a regular flash drive. But when you pull that out, this device is then encrypted. So if you lose it or someone takes it, they can plug it into their device and they can work till the cows come home, and they'll never be able to read any of the data on this unit. This is not software, it's not a special driver, it's hardware built into the flash drive, and it's pretty cool. Now, let me tell you a little bit about it, and then I have a PC and a Mac, and we're going to just do some tests and experiments and see how this thing works. But before we get there, let me tell you it's a FIPS 197 certified, which is actually means that it's using AES 256-bit encryption, but it is. And it's interesting because it has both admin and user passwords. So this is great for corporate use because you can set up the admin password on a bunch of these, give them to key employees, and then if they lose one or if they forget their password, no sweat, you can actually unlock their password for them so they can actually get to it. So it's 2 levels of security, which is really nice. And so the password you can use is numeric pins, a sentence with spaces, super easy, a list of words, or even song lyrics. So if you have a favorite song, you could use the song's lyrics that you'd type in, and that would be what it would use as the key. So you can use 10 to 64 character keys. It is USB 3.2 Gen 1, so theoretical maximum speeds are 145 megabytes per second on read and 115 megabytes per second on write. So we'll test that a little bit. We'll see how fast it is. The unit itself actually has an oleophobic or anti-fingerprint coating, and it's important for me to tell you it is USB-A only. So on more modern computers that have only USB-C, guess what? You're going to need to supply yourself with a USB-A to USB-C adapter, or Kingston also has their 50C line, which is very similar, but those are with USB-C. So enough talking, enough looking at this device in its packaging, very exciting. Let's crack this thing open, and I'm going to start with my Mac, and we're going to plug it in, see how the password thing works, and then I'm going to put a couple of files on it, then open up my PC, plug it in, enter that same password, hopefully, and we'll see the read-write speed on both. So let me get my computer set up, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. The modern Mac OS always asks you if you want devices to connect, so we're going to say yes. And interestingly, I'm going to move it over here. It shows up as a DVD, which makes a little bit of sense. So let's open that up and see what's on there. And it looks like there are some programs. So we're going to go ahead and open up IronKey on the assumption that is the Mac version of the system and allow it to connect. We'll do it again, and I will allow it. And all right, well, this time we have device initialization. Let me move it over here. So let's see. Let me organize things here a little bit on my desktop. So that's there, and this goes here. And I do think it's interesting that it shows up as a DVD, but it is going to have some data on it. So preferred language is English. And here's a license agreement. And as with so many people, I'm going to just assume that it doesn't have any shocking things on it, and I'm just going to accept it. And then I'm going to create my complex password following the criterion shown. So for the password, I need to have it be 6 to 16 characters long, include uppercase, lowercase, a digit, and a special character. And I'm going to enable admin and user passwords or not, but I think I will enable that. Let's click on that I and see what it tells us. So enabling this option will allow the admin to create a user account, etc. You know, maybe we don't need that. We'll just do the complex password, or we can do a passphrase. So let's do a passphrase, 10 characters minimum. What would be a good passphrase? How about more human than human? And I'll let you get the movie reference there. And there we go, Tyrell Corporation products. And so that looks good. So remember, more human than human with only the first letter capitalized. And next, information. So Dave Taylor, ask Dave Taylor. Oops. And that looks, whoops, let's change that to make more sense. There we go. So now, okay. Device initialization. Let's see, I assume it's doing something here. It seems to have become unresponsive, but my assumption is that it is actually doing some work here. And yes, it now is having Dropbox see it as a drive, and it's very generously offering to back it up to the cloud. And the answer is absolutely not. That entirely defeats the purpose of what I'm doing. So not now. And that went away. So now we have another thing on my desktop, and I think this is the actual storage. So this should just show up in the Finder, sure enough. And now let's see how fast it goes. I'm going to copy a 1.4 gigabyte file onto it. And ready? 1, 2, 3, go. And so, like I said, this is USB 3.2 Gen 1, so it should be running pretty fast. So that was actually pretty good performance. Let's try again with one that's about twice the size. So this one's just about 4 gigabytes. And now that it's established the protocol and the handshake with the Mac, it should actually be even faster. So you're seeing in the window above that it is zipping right along. I would say that that's about, I don't know, 60 seconds for 4 gigabytes of file. That's pretty nice. And we're coming to the end of our Mac demo. So what we did here on the Mac is we actually got it all configured, which was a little bit confusing because it looks like there's a DVD here. And notice indeed, it still shows a DVD here, but I think that is the contents. It's probably a partitioned drive. So the DVD part you're going to see regardless of if you know the password or not, but then this one, the Kingston part that we're looking at, that only shows up if you know the password. So effectively, the vast majority of this data is hidden. And if we in fact open up the get info, and this shows me that it is indeed an ISO 9660, so it is formatted as a DVD, which is interesting. And its capacity is 97 megabytes. You see that there. So this is a tiny, tiny fraction of the actual storage space on the device. So that's cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and eject all of this and be able to do that by going here and here. So it's ejected from the Mac. So now let's turn off the Mac. I'm going to switch to my PC, and then we're going to plug it in and see what happens. And in the meantime, let me show you that when you're using it, the little light on the device actually lights up. So we'll look at that too as we go onto the PC. All right, we're on my Windows 11 computer, and I'm going to go ahead and plug in the IronKey, and let's see what happens. All right, IronKey Unlocker. Choose what happens. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to run ironkey.exe, and this should give me that same initialization sequence. I'm going to guess it's probably slightly more polished, but now notice it's prompting me for the user password. It's not even giving me any information about what kind of password it is, but let's go to the hint. And there we see, so Terrell Corporation Products. So cool, it did remember the password. So now let's see, M-O-R-E, human, then human, and I have a typo in here. So let's see what happens. It's very close, but it's not correct. And when I click on login, it's thinking, but password is incorrect. So effectively, this flash drive is plugged into my PC, but I can't do anything with it. I can't get to it, so I can't get to any of the data. But now, let's actually enter this correctly. But here's something really interesting. So I'm going to do M-O-R-E 8 space H-U-M-A-N-T-H-A-N space. And now, if I had a keylogger on this computer, which would be bad, then someone could get the password. But Kingston is smart. They've thought of that. So if I click here, I can enter the last word without touching my keyboard. So a keylogger would not be able to get that data. So now I did the last couple of letters without using the keyboard, and I'm going to press return, and this time the password should be correct. And there we go. So here we have those two files, and Windows has recognized that both of them are actually zip files or archives. So let's go ahead and change the view to be extra large icons. And now what I want to do is I want to move them onto the desktop of the PC. So now we'll be able to see how fast the write speed is. So I'm going to just drop it there. And so this is the smaller one, which was, I believe, just under 2 gigabytes. And that is entirely acceptable performance. Actually, it's 1.45 gigabytes. So let's go to the larger one, which is 3.89 gigabytes. And again, I'm going to just drop it to my desktop, and we'll see how fast that one goes. And it's zipping along for 4 gigabytes of data off of this. It's obviously not fast enough that I would be using it as my live drive for something like video editing, but that's not its purpose because it has that encryption system. So it's really about secure data storage and data transfer, and that's exactly what this does. So everything's working, everything's looking good. What if I just pull the drive out? I'm not going to eject it. I'm not going to do anything you're supposed to do. I'm just going to pull it out and we'll see what happens. So here we go. And it just shut down. Notice the files that we copied are indeed on the Windows machine. And why don't I just open one up by double-clicking it, and you can see, that's canceled classes. That is not the one I wanted. Open up the 4 gig one. This should be lots and lots of photos. So go in here, and sure enough, here are hundreds of photos in this archive, which I have safely, securely stored on the IronKey Locker Plus. So very slick. Now, let me jump back on camera and talk just a little bit more about what we just experienced. Those demos went surprisingly smoothly, and this is a really nice device. As you saw, it's easier to demonstrate it than to explain what it does. So you plug it in, and if you just look at it as a flash drive, then you're just going to see a very, very small partition that has just the utilities in it. In fact, I forgot to show you on the Windows side, here's what you would see on the PC if you just opened it. But if you run the program and enter the password or passphrase or PIN correctly, then it unlocks all of that other storage, and it's very fast for read and write. So again, I wouldn't use this directly for editing purposes, but copying files onto and off of it. And if you have this in your pocket and you lose it, it is no stress. Well, it's stressful because you've lost it, but you don't have to worry about someone else digging into it and getting to your data. And that makes this worth a lot. If your stuff is just personal files, might not really matter if some stranger looks at some of your family photos before they say, whatever, reformat, now I have a new flash drive. But if it's anything that might be or should be confidential, and that might be patient files, it might be information from work that needs to be company confidential, it might be government confidential. All of these things, this is a great device. So not much else I can tell you about it. It is small, it is simple, it is easy to work with. There is a little hole in the corner, so you could put a little lanyard or something so you could tie it to your keychain. How convenient would that be, right? So it is a solid option. If you've just been using a regular, super inexpensive flash drive, you're putting all your data at risk, and it might be time for you to upgrade to a more secure solution. And that's exactly what this is. Now, we do need to talk price. Before we get there, I'm going to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon for notifications of my new content. And if you found this of value, give me a thumbs up. I sure appreciate that. Excellent. This is the Kingston IronKey Locker Plus 50 G2 Encrypted USB Drive. And it comes in 32 gig, 64 gig, 128 gig, or this nice 256 gig storage capacity. And the prices are pretty much going up as you get bigger. So it starts out, the 32 gig is $50.80. And this at 256 gig is at the other extreme, which is $173.99 at Amazon.com. I have links for all four in the description if you want to get the right size. Or you can just start right out with the big guy and know you have plenty of storage space for whatever it is you're working on. And I'll tell you, I work a lot with video, obviously. 256 is plenty enough for all of the files I need for one of my larger projects. So it's a very nice capacity. It's a simple, elegant design. It is Mac and PC, secure and compatible. What else do you need? That's what I got. So I'm going to get back to this. So I'll hope to catch you in my next video.